Turning to matters in studio, elevating marketing leadership. You do have the Uganda Marketers Society that is set to host the CMO breakfast, which is around the corner. CMO being Chief Marketing Officer. This is an annual ThinkPad that brings together over 120 C-level marketers and marketing professions. One, to share learnings, to share key trends, but also ideas that can shape their profession. Now, joining me are two directors and people behind the organization for the 2025 edition. Primrose, Kobusingye, Director of Finance with the Uganda Marketers Association. You're most welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Lovely to be here.
We also do have Director Kwizera, who is the peer director still with the Marketers Association.
Yes.
You're most welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you for hosting us.
I must say I've already felt the impact of Danny. He was already directing things, so make sure that you attend this convention.
Yes,
it's going to be one of a kind,
yeah,
in the right hands of such directors.
Exactly.
But Danny, let's start off with a look at and understanding about the CMO breakfast. What is it about and who are you targeting specifically for the 2025 edition?
So the CMO breakfast is an annual event hosted by Uganda Marketers Society, and the target is marketing leaders, chief marketing officers, heads of marketing, brand managers, the custodians of the brands. And the reason why we're targeting this is because to bring them together to elevate the marketing profession. Where do they want to see the profession going? However, the CMO breakfast this time is the theme is in line with positioning yourself for the boardroom, elevating the marketing profession to how can they reach to the echelon of leadership.
Mm-hmm. All right, that brings us to a very fundamental question. Where is the marketers out of the boardroom? How do they get to move into the boardroom, Primrose? What are some of those strategies, by and large, that they can use to grow their leadership positions?
So marketers stand in a very pivotal role to orchestrate growth in boardrooms. And they also stand in a position where they have, let's say, a bird's view of end-to-end customer experiences. So for them to be able to hone their way into the boardroom, they need to have one, influence. They need to have a mindset shift. You need to change the way you're thinking. You need to upskill. More than anything, to be in the boardroom is to be a business leader as opposed to be a tactical person in marketing alone. So that is a mind change.
Total mind shift.
Yes. And you need to be able to be in that space. And also attending things like the CMO breakfast. This is why we're here. We're going to have conversations with people who have done that. And they're going to teach us from experience how they've been able to do that. So even as you plan to go to the boardroom, widen your scope, have collaborations, know what the P&L means. How does marketing strategically add to the business? Where is the business going? How are you structured to ensure that you're in the game and you're, you know,
so that
controlling the narrative?
How do I move from a marketing executive to an organizational executive?
By having, first of all, don't be afraid to lead change. When you're in your organization and there's something happening, be at the forefront, because that's when you learn. That's when you're in the conversation. I remember when I was at my former workplace at Finca, every time there was any change management, boom, I was the first person to put up my hand, so that I know where the business is going. Secondly, collaborations with other departments to understand purely what is going on in the business. That is how you move from executive to
boardroom executive, marketing executive to boardroom executive.
Also attend events, symposiums, upskill, go to CIM, have those governance trainings, but most importantly, be a business leader in your business.
Upskilling is very important, a subject matter to have. Danny, some companies have actually stood the test of time, celebrating a milestone of over 30 years in business in the spectrum of Uganda. What lessons can new marketers as well as entrepreneurs actually adopt from such milestones to be able to do things differently in order to have sustainability for their businesses as they are growing their own 30-mile journey?
Yeah, so it's true. We've seen businesses celebrating 30 years milestones. So how do they do it? What are the tides? What do they look like? These are the discussions that will be shared at this event. You've seen the statistics whereby 60 to 75% of the businesses do not live to see their first birthday or even their second birthday. So how the discussions that will be shared at the CMO breakfast it's from the leaders, seasoned panelists. How do they make it? How can marketers who are entrepreneurial make it through these tides? How do they share? How do they move through the business dynamics of to ensure that they are commercially viable within the market industry? Yeah.
All right. Primrose, you talked about having your eyes and ears to the ground, not just in your marketing position, but the company overall position. And so that is internal networking.
Yes.
Let's talk about the external network and how important it is for marketers to actually build the strong networks to play in unlocking the business potentials that lie in the market today.
Yeah. It's from the networks and the people that you meet that you get the endorsements that you need. It's also from these networks that you get to learn, like peer-to-peer learning. If I was in a room with Hassan of MultiChoice, I'm going to watch him, I'm going to know what he does that makes him tick, and I'm going to want that mentorship to learn. So having as many collaborations and learning actively from them is very important. I feel I need to mention this. Somebody mentioned it to me when we were coming in, that the reason why marketers are not making it to the boardroom is because we have this kind of thinking. We think from here. Yeah. And there was a school of thought that we're corrupt. So you also have to have the broader perspective and ask yourself, when you meet and you're networking with these people, what am I taking from them? Have the bigger window. But most importantly, also be vetted, be accredited by UMS, by CIM, be accredited, so that that whole thing of we can't promote a marketer is removed, is totally dismissed, because you can't be actively vetted by UMS and have that on your record. We have ethics that guide us on that.
All right. Then there's also this movement that we're seeing that marketers are actually venturing into entrepreneurship, and so they're using their skills to create their own business ideas, since sometimes the boardroom takes long to make certain decisions. So they use that opportunity and put it in the market for other purposes. How can they effectively pitch their ideas to then potential investors and partners?
The C-suite has only a few seats, and the marketing industry has very many people. So venturing into your own private practice is not daunting. It's the perfect way to go. So one of the things is always pitch to your team so that they share your vision, your dream, and then use the networks that you have. These are the people that are going to support you, they're going to mentor you, they're going to give you capital. This thing of many Ugandans saying, where are you now? I'm doing my own thing. That your own thing could be something that I could subscribe into. So let's when you're out there and you're doing your own thing, let it be known, be passionate about it, and keep your eye on the vision while carrying what you learned in the corporate world, in the boardroom and whatever, to ensure that there's ethical practice in your entrepreneurship. Do ethical business, and you're assured that as a marketer it will grow. I don't know if Danny wants to say something about that.
It's because how do you pitch to these business the leaders? Because you're looking, whether they're looking for finance, whether they're looking for capital, whether they're looking for market, you need to know the dynamics of how you have to go about it. And yes, how do you also have to set your governance system? It also matters before you engage in these dynamics.
All right.
What are the reasons why these businesses do not live to celebrate their 1-year anniversary or 2-year anniversary? So these discussions will be discussed with a set of a lineup of speakers. Yeah,
those are the speakers I want to know. I've had a snippet into the speakers. Tell us more about the speakers and the focal areas for the CMO breakfast this time.
So we are bringing in seasoned speakers. Our keynote speaker, one of our keynote speakers, will be flying in from Lagos, Nigeria. That's Gloria Biamudisha. She's the current group HR of Dangote. So she's coming all the way from Nigeria, coming for the CMO breakfast, and she'll be sharing how, because she's seasoned, she has more than 25 years of experience. She has been around Africa. She's a certified HR. And we have more. We have the MD of MultiChoice, Hassan Saleh, also another seasoned leader across South Africa. South Africa has worked also in Tanzania, in beverages, telecoms, in Kenya, South Sudan, now currently in Uganda. We also have, and all these leaders, they have had a marketing background. So they have made it to the echelon leadership. So how have they made it? So they are going to share these insights. We also have Goreti Masade, the current CEO of Uganda, UIBF, Uganda Banking Institute of Finance. Also, we also have the Remy Chisache, the CEO of Majestic Brands, the brains behind the recent Kawaka run. So all these are coming to table, and we call upon all the professionals in the marketing field, brand, to come and hear what they have to say about this field.
Now you have tickled my ear when you say Dangote. So how do we get to be a part of this breakfast, Danny?
Yes, so to be a part of the breakfast, it's easy. It's the date is 25th April, Kampala Serena Hotel. The tickets for members, it's 300K. We have tickets for non-members, 300K, and those brands coming in for a table is 2 million. Okay. So all the brands that would like to take a part, they can follow through all our social media channels for more details. All right,
thank you so much, directors Primrose and Danny, and all the best of luck. We're waiting eagerly for this CMO breakfast on the 25th of April. This brings us to the end of Morning at NTV. I too need to go.